Yo, it's good, boys. Today we're making these Nav Wheezy brass type loops. Yeah, loop down in the description below. Without further ado, I'm gonna just play it real quick. So yeah, this loop is super simple. It's kind of inspired by Foreign by Wheezy and Nav, and Friends and Family by Wheezy, because I threw in that lead. But both of those, the melody for the Nav song by Friends and Family, that was Jasper Hariss, and then the song Foreign by Wheezy with Nav is Spaceman. Both super fire producers, check them out. But yeah, this loop is pretty simple. I'm gonna show you guys the sound selection I used. I'm gonna show you guys the chords, and yeah, let's go. So the number one best VST for making melodies like this would be SRX Orchestra. This thing is just packed with violins, brass sounds, flutes, literally like mallets, just a ton of stuff like that. Really recommend it. But yeah, so for the actual melody, the key to these brass melodies, the sound selection is super simple. You can even get Spitfire bangs, which are like, 50 gigabytes, or session horns. But all you need is a good sounding horn noise, and then if you can make good chords, the melody will sound good, because the horn itself is just a really cool sounding instrument, and if you have good chords to go with it, then you're perfect. So I'm gonna show you guys these chords and how I made them. So this is actually just 2 chords. I just doubled them, so for the sake of the video, I'm gonna delete the bottom half. So the first chord I started with was this really simple chord that everyone uses. Usually it's like a little baby chord. They'll go like something like that. I made the chord, and what I like to do is take the top notes of the chord, put it down a whole octave, and then it's gonna really change the vibe of the chord. So this is what it sounds like before, and this is what it sounds like after. So then what I did with this chord is I took it and put it up 5 octaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do this to change the vibe of the melody, but it will still stay in the same key. And I did the same thing, took the top notes, put it down an octave, and then I ended up with this. And then I didn't do anything crazy with the rhythm, I just doubled it, and yeah. Another crazy VST for making melodies like this even more realistic would be Philharmonic. This thing is, like I said, like the other one, packed brass, woodwinds, strings, all sorts of different variations and styles of each instrument. Literally crazy. I haven't used even like 5% of this, but all I did was I took these staccatos, 14 violin staccato, copied the chord, and then just made it play over and over, so it sounds like this. No fancy rhythms, no nothing, just good sound selection, because it's a really good VST. And yeah, now getting on to things a little bit more interesting. We have one of the best contact band companies, Spitfire. This is the Spitfire solo strings something, I don't remember, I'll put it in the description. And this is just solo violin legato, but this is what it sounds like. But pretty much I was just listening to the melody and I thought it could use something like kind of dropping down. So what I did is I took the magnet, put it to 3/4, and then made this little melody. And pretty much after I did that, I just copied it. So this is the same exact thing right here. And then I also decided to add a little tail in the end. So instead of it just going down, it goes down but back up. And then yeah, pitched it up 5. And then to add some more variation, I put the end, I doubled it. This is just gonna make the melody more interesting to the listener. Then just to add more variation, I went into SRX Orchestra and found these strings. This is actually the same chords from the brass. I just kind of messed at the end, I took this thing and put it up a whole octave. So it's the same chord, put it up an octave, and this is just the bass note from here, put it up an octave. And what this does is just adds a little like character that you can throw this in when you want, and it just sounds a lot better in my opinion. So I'll play this. And the timing of the strings are a little off, so sometimes you gotta put the chords more forwards or more backwards than others. And yeah, I wanted there to be a section where only the brass was playing, but to add some variation, I went into Omnisphere and found this lead from an EMAR bank. I think I used this in the last tutorial or another one called Prisma. And then I just took the exact same violin melody and played it in. And like I said, these notes are the same exact ones from the chords. Really melody making, to simplify it, you make a chord and then that's your whole melody. So the trick is, if you want to make better melodies, just get better at making chords and then just have a little bit of creativity, and you can really come up with some good stuff. You know, not saying this melody's good, but and then for mixing, the only thing I actually did with this is I just put a little bit of delay and EQ on the lead, play it without it. As you can see, it's doing a lot. So this effect really just changes the whole vibe of the lead and makes it more of a side sound more than like the main sound. And yeah. Next, for arrangement, I wanted to keep it super simple. So I like to do my things in patterns. You can just do whatever you want. This is what I like. So first I had just the violin, the spiccatos, and then the strings playing, and this is what it sounds like. Then, so the person using the loop can have a quick breakdown, I put the brass with the lead. Then I did just the brass and the spiccato. Then I did just the brass and the background strings, and I had the strings go up and down an octave. So right here, the strings are down an octave. And then right here, they're up. And yeah, this loop is super simple. Like I said before, you can download the description below. Thank you guys for watching. We're like at 350, 300 subs, something like that. So I really appreciate that. I'm gonna start really making more videos. And yeah, let me know you guys got any ideas in the description below. Follow my Instagram at @logan_kbhn. And yeah, peace.